Yes. Are we in? We're in. I'm Gregory Siff. We are live from the living room studio, and I call it the living room studio because an artist studio revolves everywhere. And right now, I've got the living room where I'm making a lot of this stuff, and also got some work outside and making some new pieces for a new show. But you are in known right now, and I'm so happy to be a part of this. Ever since I moved to LA, and I sound old now because it's been almost 12 years that I came out here, and one of the first stories of meeting Casey, who is Eclipse and who started Known Gallery with his brother Kenny, who's become brothers to me, best friends. And I was young and hungry, and I was running around LA, putting up stickers, taking a crink, this paint, which I love, which I've been using since 2009, to express myself and capture different moments like a camera. Like, this is my camera. I saw this gallery on Fairfax, and there was a party going off, and I walk in there and I saw all this color and all this energy, and the party was closing out and everyone was getting kicked out, but I somehow was still in there. And there was a staircase, and I went up the staircase, and there's this guy, hat on, long hair, and I say, I want to put my art in here. I'm an artist. And he was looking at me. He's like, party's over, man. You got to go. And I was like, no, look, I'm an artist. I have a lot of ideas. And I was just so after it. And he said, you want to put your art in here? He said, you got to donate a painting to the Venice Family Clinic. And that's for people who don't have health care. So here's Nancy. This is her name. Donate something. I'll talk to you later on. So I was just like, wow. And Casey taught me something that night, that your art that you make can help people. It's a currency, and it's brought us here together today, which I love that about art. More than anyone getting an item and having something, is like we're having a shared moment. We're gonna make some art tonight. We're gonna share some stories. I want to say what's up to everybody. Throw some emojis up and talk to me. But that's the kind of guy Casey is, and he just built this family. And every year I would just do it a little more and a little more and a little more. And I started to find, I would run in there with this black book to Known, and I got Jay Hurt on the cover, and I met some of my great friends in here, and it was like, you got Neck Face, and here's a sticker from Eclipse, from Casey, and Side, his brother, Kenny, my bro. This is Risk, who became one of my great friends and also taught me a lot, 2011. So you had this kid in here, How Nazem. And I just started collecting pieces and taking, when you hear a song and it takes you back to a place. That's the same thing art was doing for me as I was creating it and also collecting it. And friends that might not be with you will always be with you because they've kind of put their imprint on that. So I guess we're selling fingerprints tonight, and we're sharing, stories. So yeah, and thank you, Casey, for having me in this show, because to be with Phil Frost and all of my friends and contemporaries, it's a true honor. So yes, so tonight, I've been making art, and as the story goes, the more you do it, the more people see it, and more people feel it. And my rule is basically make something every day, even if it's a little drawing, even if it's a little moment, and whether it's small or big. And tonight I have a bunch of pieces here that we could go through some of these over here. So yeah, check it out, definitely. So these, when I say I cracked open the Gregory vault, I made some of these little canvases with watercolors and marker, and some of them are 3 by 3 inch by 3 inch and 4 inch by 4 inch. But these were in Nantucket for a show that I did, and then they went into this box. I did a show with Samuel Owen Gallery, and I uncovered these in my mom's basement, and I was like, wow, I was really going little and tiny. And I was like, it's just a little chunk of time of when we were, the whales in Nantucket, and then the sunsets. And I could remember pieces of my life through these things. And they're kind of fun as there's large scale paintings, but I got 12 of these that are dropping tonight. And I'm happy that I found them because I wanted to have a little something from the past. And then I found this on my studio floor. It was a Chateau Marmont envelope, which has some kind of notes on the back about art. I think I was doing the logo for the 4 a.m. gallery, which is my manager and close friend to my heart, who's always looked out for me. 4 a.m. Lisa Falcone, and this is a piece that kind of has a little bit of the greatest hits of all of my moments on there. Yeah. So this is going to be, and I encourage, like, there's works on paper, and I'll show you, like, this is a float frame action over here. I think this looks beautiful. If you get one of these pieces tonight and you get it float framed, it's kind of got that drop shadow. And this is a little sketch from my show in 2016. There's a lot of shout outs to known gallery, and there's Kenny. That's what I love about my art, is that it's my own little camera roll of people and friends pieces.
A lot of people are commenting they love the burger.
The burger.
Gotta give a close up.
Yes. I'm gonna tell you about this burger. I must have said it before, but so yeah. So I'll first tell you. I use this paint called Ntwrk. It's like an enamel. KR created it back in the day. Big graffiti artist Greg Costello. I've probably used thousands of these in my lifetime. I have a really cool collection of them because sometimes the paint gets on them and I'm like, whoa, that's a painting. Like, these are some of my favorite Ntwrk bottles, like by accident, and they're just little paintings in themselves. I'm like, oh, I remember what painting I used for that. And I think, but so the burger, I could tell you a funny story about the burger because when I was little, my mom and dad took me to Mr. Chow's in the city. I was a kid and I looked up on the wall. And when you walk in, there's like a glass window and there's a pencil drawing of a burger. And I was like, Mom, why do they have a burger in Mr. Chow's? There's only Chinese food in there. I was like, what is that? And she goes, oh, that's not a menu. That's a famous artist. That's Andy Warhol. He made that burger. And I was like, wow. So that was my first definition of fine art, was the burger. So on it, I put fine art. And then on the back, I put it on all of these pieces. We have the studio stamp on the back and then the embosser over here. And I mean, I think these would look nice as a group. And you could even get 9 of them and put them up. But they're all places that I've been and places I want to go, or music that I'm listening to. This is a portrait of Post Malone. I was him for Halloween one year, and I loved all the tattoos. And I don't know. Sometimes you can't really capture. I don't make portraits that look like photos. I make portraits that feel like the person. I guess that's how it is. It's how it feels. And like this is the Chateau Marmont where my first studio is, and one of my inspirations, Louis Cannizzaro, is working out of that studio. It's Powder Fringe Studios now, but the Chateau is right there. And I love that sign. And this is the ice cream truck about the hustle and trying to get out there and get on your grind. And I feel like the ice cream man when I'm making art and sharing it. This is the art museum that all artists dream of one day, to walk in there and at whatever age and go have a piece in a museum, because it's like you're frozen in time and people can go and visit you there. So they're all little things that music. Dominic Fike, I did a sweater for Saint Laurent, and Lisa, my manager, she made this happen with and this is the Handsome sweater, and Dom wore this on stage at Snow Globe for MTV. It's just really dream come true stuff. It's like sometimes you're like, wow, you don't see it till you're outside of it. But love collaborating with brands that fit my story. And like this is a great collab that we did this year with Bogner. It's actually available now on their website, and it's a fleece. And I did this shirt, Bogner Fire and Ice. So if you go on that, you'll be able to catch some stuff like, whoa.
We got to give a shout out to Adam1077. He bought 3 pieces. He has your yellow pop ice cream, and he said he bought the ice cream art piece tonight.
Yes.
This one right here.
It's so I'm on there. Thank you, Adam. What I love about this one is if you look at the detail, it says cold peace. And I have a buddy of mine who I've known him since early 2000s, my boy Scotty. And he always like, if I don't call him back or something goes off, and he's like, you're a cold piece, Greggy. You're just a cold piece. So I just like that. So just to be a cold piece. And it reminds me of Scotty. I know a lot of these elements. We'll make some of these tonight, and I'm gonna in all of the books and all of the purchases tonight for Ntwrk. And thank you, Ntwrk. Thank you for teaching me how to use this iPhone, because to set all this up and go live and do all that. Yeah, Rhea, Emily, thank you. But this is one of my books from the show in Miami, Crazy Chemistry. Has a lot of portraits and a lot of pieces, and it has a lot of the history that we were talking about tonight with the collabs that I've done. I'm gonna be bombing out a few of these and just slide them into some of the random, boxes that these are gonna go through. But here we can move on. Yeah. So this is I wanted to share this one because it's the spray can, and you can see the 7th letter logo in there. So to show the beginning and being born from the can. And you graduate, you learn how to use different tools, and you find which ones you like the best. And I guess, that crank has become an extremity to my hands, because I know how to get to where I want to go with one mop and one nozzle. And yeah.
You want to talk about
Yes.
prints from the archive?
So this particular set is a foil screen print that's done in black on white paper, hand deckled edges, gold. It's a holographic on black, and these sold out so quick with 1X run. They did a phenomenal job of making this extra special. And if some of these prints have like a little raised, it's almost like I don't know. It's like one of those special baseball cards that pop off. But these are from my collection. 1X Run gave me a few artist proofs, and I have a set for myself. And I was like, why should I just hear people like, where is that? And I just was like, tonight I wanted to give everyone a chance who can't, get a large scale painting, but would want to have a piece of my energy in their room. And this actually has the whole story of like a lot of my, there's Risk. And it started out with the stickers. I was putting these stickers up. You will lose and lose. Don't stop. One day you will win. And, I'm happy about that. I know I got 7th in here, and I know I got a lot of, there's the sweater. It's kind of how I can keep count where I've been. There's Lisa 4 a.m. gallery with the clock dripping, and from New York coming out to LA, there and back. I encourage all of you to paint, where you've been and where you're going, things you haven't done yet, because then like how they say, you make a list and it gets close to it. Draw it. It's almost like you're storyboarding your moment. Yeah, I like that.
Shaker Destiny says you're one of Shaker's favorite artists. Was fortunate to get that envelope tonight.
Oh, wow. Dope. I'm going to put something inside that envelope too. But this is, so I put on here the studios, the Treehouse, the Sight Unseen, and 7 Alameda. This has followed me from the chateau to those 3 studios, and it's been on the floor, and it's got that kind of, that aroma to it. And congrats. One of my favorite pieces in the show tonight, because you can't really reproduce those those. I have boxes of stuff, but tonight's all about something old, something now, something colorful, black and white. Just it's a married to the game kind of thing. I do it.
For sure.
The clock don't exist. So we could take some questions, and I could. Oh, I'm gonna do some of these chateau pieces of paper stamped, throw them in, and signed, and some handmade stickers with the crink. All these are gonna pop in your. It's really just a moment to get a new friend, I guess, or an old friend, and then let's use some crink right now, and I'll show you kind of my process. And most of my work, I start on the floor because, like, when you're a kid, and you're hanging out, you when you're in class, like you're sitting Indian style on the ground, or you're sitting on your prayer position, whatever. I feel like from here I can build everything up. So like whether it's the backgrounds of these colors, like they take place on the ground, and then can go up and do the detail. So let's
Real quick, Mr. Phelps said, tell us about the Phelps.
The Phelps. Mr. Phelps. Yo. Art brings people together. I was back in the day, I was an actor back in like 2002, 2003. I did a movie with called From Justin to Kelly, and I had met Phelps over there as an actor, and he gave me a starfish and says, "Why be fake, be real." I have it in my room. And I never I was like, in acting, you have to pretend. Like you don't have to pretend, you have to embody and bring that. But you have to like take the character in the role. But as life went on, when things got tough, like whether the acting career didn't work out, my dad passing away, different different life stories come to you, you start to create your world comes around. And that's how I don't know how I became an artist. It found me. But later on, I'm talking 2013, so 10 years later, Phelps comes into a hotel, and I'm painting a huge mural at the Clinton Hotel during Art Basel, and I'm looking at this guy, and I don't know why I recognize him, but then it clicks, and I was like, we did a movie 10 years ago, and I said, why be fake, be real, and one of my great friends and supports my work and comes up and he gets it. So what up, Phelps? Why be fake, be real? And that was also what one of my best friends, 20, would say, is like, as an actor, you had to pretend the whole time. But how great of a job is it to be an artist when you have to be yourself and you have to be real? And that's why all these things have to be real. I don't want to paint something that doesn't have any connection or intimacy to who I am, because then it's kind of just like a decoration, and there's plenty of places to get decorations. It's just not in an art gallery or not from a true creative.
Neil and Nancy from Florida say hey.
Yes, Neil, my man Neil, right here. Just so you know, in the studio every night, thanks to Neil, we got Bob Dylan. Me and my friend Lewis listen to the records all the time now.
Nice.
Neil. Wow.
Lee Fort Lee's in here. Scott Lee going crazy with emojis.
Scott Lee, one of my pirate family, my bro. I love everyone. I love you guys. Scott Lee. He's got the Gregory Siff movie theater. I mean, there's like one of the biggest paintings in my first museum painting, the painting that was in museum when I did the Tampa Museum of Art with Cass. I did a lecture, and that painting that was in that room of this beautiful, modern, contemporary museum that I look up to was in that building, and that lives in Scott Lee's house. So I think, saying it, giving shout outs to all these people and everything, art has brought the best of friends to my life. And whenever I don't understand things, or, whenever things are not what it is, it's like I just put one of these in my hand and just go to it. And whatever's happening, it's like you're in there. And that's why one of the pieces, and I wrote this for me tonight, was I am the paint. Like the paint that's in the bottle is an extension of the person. All right, so what were we gonna do? Oh, I was gonna say, let's just do a oh yeah, I made these already, so they're nice and pulled out. So yeah, right on the ground. I was gonna do an iPhone because now more than ever, like this, how we're doing an art show and an exhibit right now. Uh, yeah, I love how it drips, and then give it a minute, and then we'll put all these together. And this is like a shout out to Ntwrk and yeah, I mean art. Uh, I think this is actually a really cool piece, but I'm going to do a little something to it that's not on the phone anymore that I kind of miss to identify it is the button. You remember that thing? And then NTWRK. And then we'll get a little drip onto it. I like it. So that's tonight. Tonight we were on Ntwrk, and that's how a phone is staring at a phone. Yeah, that's good. That's tight. Here we can bomb out some books. Does anyone have any other questions about does anyone have any questions about love?
Sean Hoff dropped some goat emojis.
Yo, I'm trying my best. I'm doing my best. Hoff is in the building. He's got a rare Mickey Chateau Marmont, right? Don't you got that? I don't know anybody that has that.
A lot of the mini canvases have sold already.
Wow. You know, it's kind of funny. It's like I didn't know how important it is to paint on canvas because canvas is a highly respected material in the art world. It's like, we find what we find, but like talking to different galleries and as things were going, I learned a lot of different, things. And I think that painting on the small canvases was a challenge for me. Those were painted back in 2016.
Yeah, a lot of these small canvases and a lot of the black and white one-of-ones.
Oh, yeah.
Too.
Oh, so there's a painting that is not with us tonight. It's called The Way Home. It's the top one. It's the big boy. It's, I think, like 4 feet by 2 feet or 30 by... And it's Find Your Way Home. And it almost looks like a football play of all the icons. And what it is it's a painting that's in my mom's home right now in New York. And it is a canvas that's there. It can't be with us tonight, but it's kind of like a story of how to find your way back home. And that's through, your family and through, your calling, which brings us to like the last frame in that painting, and circled is like the goal is the
that here.
Movie.
36 by 24.
Oh, nice. 36 by 24. Yeah, 3 by 2. Okay. So that is also tonight. And that painting currently isn't framed, but whoever gets it, I'm going to frame it, float frame the same way. I love the things to float, like they're floating in your mind while you're sleeping. But here, this is going to go out to someone who...
So this is going out with the random order tonight?
This is going out with a random order tonight. We're just going to do a classic Gregory handsome face with the drip. And
with that liquid chrome.
You know about that.
Dang, you're getting a lot of Tampa love.
Tampa is I bet you most of the paintings I've ever made are in Tampa. Matt Giddings in the house. My man getting excited about tonight. I love that. I love how art does that. My boys and my Pirates are out there. Tampa love. I'll show you some Tampa love right here. This is Pete Alonso's bat from the Home Run Derby. This is the original this is one that hasn't gone through the process. This is another collab that I did thanks to Topps and Jeff Heckman introducing me to Pete Alonso, one of my great friends now, Polar Bear Pete. He won the Home Run Derby with this, and I painted 100 of these, believe it or not. This was a cool... I love where the art takes me. I love the... Yeah, and then I did some pieces over here Yeah, so this is actually really cool. I'm gonna sign these, but all right, so we got another network piece. I think that's cool. We could bang out some more, or I know my my paintings up here that I made this one, and this is like I've done there's a certain theme in art. There's certain like imagery that's really good for an artist to attempt to paint, whether it's a landscape, a still life, a skull. And I wanted to make this skull a happy skull. And my girl, Chris Cass, she was filming me while I painted this, and she was like, and because I'm kind of like, I'm not painting skulls anymore. I was like, there's something about this guy tonight. And she was like, that's a happy skull. She really has a good way of titling my paintings. I think if someone knows you, they know how to muse with you, and it's like a given. It's like we all made these pieces. I'm just I'm just the guy holding that. All right, cool. Wait, what were there any other things that I was going to show you tonight? Show you the crinks. This is a piece from the vault. I painted this in 2013. And like I was doing this style, this is acrylic and oil. So I used these oil markers, and I didn't know back then this firework would actually, you know, I, I keep this kind of storytelling, this kind of sheet music alive. And I had it in my art storage, and I said, this deserves to go on the wall at home just for a little bit, And the repetition of elements on there are, there's a lot of my friends in this room with me. I got my boy 20 with me over here. He created that piece, which, when all the lights are off in the living room, he's with me, and then there's also, this is in Paris, me and my favorite artist, Louis Canizaro, Louis XXX. You could check his stuff out, Powder French. Like, I'm telling you, you start painting things, or you start doing what you love, you start meeting the people that you love. I hope we're recording this, because I didn't plan any of these things. Yeah, so shout out to Risky, shout out to Lisa. You can't do this on your own, because shout out to Andy, who showed up tonight, because I saw all the big boys were on had someone filming them, because it's hard to do it by yourself. Sometimes we always want to like get it done on our own, and when that thing hits you, just like, don't be shy, call a friend. So that's Andy came through tonight. He's on camera right now, off camera right now, like guiding us through this network situation we're in.
Yeah, I think it's dope, especially for collectors and fans, just to see you creating the art and then kind of telling the backstory behind all the pieces. That's what I'm seeing from the comments.
Yes.
So we're already at 28 minutes, so we got a few minutes left.
Okay, cool.
If you guys want to see Gregory do some more art, or if you want to hear him talk about any of the pieces you guys bought, like, definitely let us know in the comments.
Got this back in 2002. Stickers from everybody that I've met. I got stickers on here. Yeah. Here's something. Here's a Casey sticker. Do something that matters every day. 7th letter. Yeah, don't waste your time, man. Do something that matters every day. I got a quote on here from Basquiat, Jean-Michel. I don't listen to what anything art critics say. I don't know anyone who needs a critic to know what art is. And respect, they can't tell you the route that it's supposed to go. 20 over here, my boy Mar over here. This is one of the first stickers that I was putting in the street. It said, you will lose and lose, don't stop, one day you will win. But this one says, my father is here. So every time I open up this box to grab some marker or crink or whatever, my father is here. That was me just getting it out. And like LA became my greatest muse, because I found through Sunset Boulevard, it loved me back. And in New York, because I was born in Brooklyn and I started out my story there, it's like when I got to LA, it was just me. So I was like, palm trees and like the stars and like all of this hope that you can go someplace. it just became something like I took my hands and and you know, I kind of did change the story up, change the acting thing up.
Oh, we got some comments coming in about pieces people bought. So I think Tony Mast bought piece of her. It's on its way to Tampa and wants to hear the inspo.
Oh, piece of her. Okay, so I'm oh wait, piece of her is over here, huh? Oh, a piece of her. Oh, that's right here. Yeah, I knew it. Just a piece of her. Yeah. I just thought like the element of the hair. I did a piece called Femme Fatale, and that was in the Saint Laurent collaboration. And it kind of looks like this. And I did this portrait in the mural that I just did at Showfields. It's up in Miami right now. It'll be up on 530 Lincoln Road with 4 a.m. gallery. So I put the nose and the lips there, but usually the Femme Fatale has crossed out, but only just needed a little piece of her. The lips, the nose, the eye, and the hair. The whole piece doesn't need to be completely busy. It's just and which piece is it? That's what it is. So I love this. It's an elegant, feminine work. Good choice.
And then we got Scott Lee asking about mini canvas number 6.
Oh, good looking out. The deep purple. Yes. Okay. So canvas number 6. So right here, right now. So, oh, by the way, all of them are these mini canvases are signed on the edge. Scott Lee, my boy. So we've got a little bit of everything here. There's a lot of little junk foods there. There's a lot of shout outs to Americana, chocolate, spray paint, the burger. We've got like the fishes. I mean, going into Nantucket, I jumped into the ocean there. And it's kind of funny. Like the first time I went there, I was moved to jump into the ocean without any clothes on, under the moon, by myself, 3 of my friends way back on the shore. And it was when that feeling of jumping in the water, I was pretty much feeling it. Like I was like, I love this life so much. I want to make love with the earth. So this is kind of like that splash of water. This took place for Nantucket, and yeah, man, there's the earth. It's just another little poem right there.
All right, we're running out of time, but
All right, cool.
Adam1077 asked about canvas number 8 that he got.
Oh, this one. Yeah, this mini guy. Yeah, this is also it's got the warrior arrows. It's got the big whale with the little fish dreaming big. It's got the Saint Laurent sneaker. It's got the shout out to street art, graffiti, Smoking Rebel, Gold Bar. I mean, the ice cream drip and the passion and the fire in there. The Book of Life, man. Just every day write another page. And yeah, my girl and I, Chris, were in Austria, and it said on the rug in the hotel. Each day, it was written in the rug in Austrian and also in English. It said, each day is a small life. So if we treat each day like one life, like from the morning till now, till the nighttime, we get to appreciate it more. Then you live so many lives, So this has the Book of Life. So this is a small life. This is a day right here. So thank you. I mean, it just makes me feel so great. So many people turned up on this show, and I didn't know what to expect, because I just watched all my favorite artists do theirs, and Risk and Shepard Fairey and Sebastian Walker and everybody on there, Trav, and it's so cool because I have a lot of their pieces that I bought from Known Gallery when I was young, but like to buy something, even if it's like, $200, it means something to the person that made it, and it means a lot to the person that has it. And it's like, it has this kind of pentimento. It has this kind of, it marinates on your wall, and you remember. Well, remember tonight. It was a fun night. I revealed a bunch of things, and you guys revealed some stuff.
Cool.
All right. Thank you. Ntwrk. Thank you, everybody. Casey, Kenny, Known. Made one of my bucket lists come true, a show with the Known Gallery. I'm still flipping out about it. Come sign my book. Yes.